Hey, so while we're doing this whole lockdown thing, I thought it would be a good idea to do kind of a little series where I check in with my. Did that sound like chicken? Check in
Chicken.
with my people. And this is some of my people here. This is Amy. We went to college together, and she lives too far away to see most of the time, and we're just figuring out this Zoom thing. So anyway, she's got something exciting that is new going on YouTube, and I wanted to tell you all about it anyway. So yeah, here we are. We're checking in.
One of her friends that was in the meeting was like in outer space.
Oh.
In her, yeah, and I was like, well, I want to be there.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to be in my kitchen right now. But whatevs, it's all good in the hood.
Oh, here we are. See, one of our problems with the virtual background is it wasn't lit uniformly, like so we're dark on this side, but it wasn't here. Let me show you. What I got here. So I went and made a few because supposedly you're supposed to have 4 or 5 to start with, but I didn't have any. So I'm like, but I knew what I wanted anyway. This is mainly the one I needed.
I like that.
Hey, it's not doing too bad.
Do you remember Cowboy? What was his name?
Cowboy Curtis.
Who was that? Who
Ask
was
me
Cowboy
any
Curtis?
Pee-wee questions. I got it. Cowboy Curtis. That was the dad on the grandpa on Blackish. What's his name?
Yeah, he's like, oh my gosh. He has the gap in his tooth, right? The gap.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Who the heck is that guy?
It's not Mace Windu, but the other guy.
No. It's not.
Oh look, my background's white, so it wants to do my teeth. That's really cool.
Well, I'm so white, James. It would just cover my whole face.
Yeah. My 10-year-old is a cat freak, and she was about to have a Zoom meeting with her class, so she wanted to do.
Well, that's not Cat. Oh, Grumpy Cat. He died. Remember, he died.
Yes. Let me just tell you a story about Grumpy Cat. I was this close to meeting Grumpy Cat. Yeah. So the YouTube conference VidCon in LA, I was at I don't remember which one it was, but I think it was Friskies had a booth in the whatever, where everybody sets up their booths. And anyway, at a certain time of day, you could come get your picture with Grumpy Cat, sponsored by Friskies. And the agency that I was with at the time had a little luncheon at Downtown Disney, and I had to walk like a mile to get there. I did not make it back in time for Grumpy Cat. It's one of the big regrets of my life. Yeah. See, right? On brand.
Wow. Oh, heck yeah.
I'll just show out all my backgrounds. Yeah, so y'all that are watching, when Amy first got on, she had the wrong camera showing, and she was showing her napkins. I'm like, oh, that's a flex. She can wipe her butt. This is so hard.
I'm telling you, watch this.
Go back to Here, let me go back to mine.
Wait, there's another one. Oh, look. You need it? Because I don't.
You're just burning them. So my parents took a ride to Eureka Springs the other day. They've been stuck in the house, as they should be. I wasn't sure that they would stay put like they should.
Okay.
But they took a drive to Eureka Springs where your brother is, and my mom wouldn't roll the windows down, apparently. So they should be safe.
Well, I wanted to go to the park the other day. And
was that on your video? I just watched that.
We can't.
Yeah.
Clearly, the whole park. They touched the whole park.
Probably walk and hike. Just maybe the playground equipment is not a good idea.
Well, the boys and I took a walk just around the neighborhood, for an hour a few days ago, and we went to a park, and the playground is roped off like police tape or.
Right.
I mean, come on.
The crime scene.
You can just have a sign.
So you're looking taller than me. I gotta adjust this. There we go. I can't have you looking taller than me.
Well, this is the only time that would happen. Hey, you know what, James? I miss those llamas so much up there. You remember the llamas?
What? No. What are you talking about?
The llamas at the petting zoo at the Jesus.
Oh,
place,
yes.
The Passion Play.
Yeah, Passion Play in Eureka Springs. Yeah.
When I get a house, I'm getting a llama.
So, we send each other pictures. We'll go do it later here. And that was I have an album on my phone of potential memes that, pictures I've got that could potentially become a meme. And that was in there. You hugging your llama.
I think that would be such a good. I've had a better relationship with that llama than with any boyfriend. Molly's my editor, so like people think the videos are really mine. They're not. They're her.
Yeah.
And she's
so
like, Mom.
Your last video, and you're taking a drive. Yeah. You've been doing these tutorials, but this one was about kind of getting out with this whole Corona restriction lockdown deal going on, what you can and can't do, and all that stuff. Yeah, so I could tell she was the camera person and director all in one.
Yeah, and she'll tell me like, Mama, that's stupid. Don't say that. No one will laugh at that.
But yeah, it's been nice to have a little creek that we dammed up a little place where we can not swim, but kind of dip, and so it's been a good distraction to have that. Yeah. What's that?
Do y'all have did you stick and make you a fishing pole so you can fish in the little pool?
We did moving rocks. We found some little crawdads. Jenny, my wife, from New Orleans area, and they're crawfish. I usually try to correct myself because her way's the right way.
Same here, James. Yeah. Like, I saw a T-shirt at Kroger's.
Yeah.
And I want to buy it and send it to my oldest child because it would just be ironic. And it says, I heart crawfish.
Yeah.
James, she doesn't heart crawfish. I don't eat crawfish. Do y'all eat crawfish? Because I call them water roaches.
Well, when we go down to Louisiana, we do for sure. But see, Jamie grew up down there, so she doesn't just pop the tail off; she sucks the head too. I haven't gotten there. I've assimilated pretty well, but not to that point. Let's tell everybody about your channel. You've had the channel for a little while, but you've kind of taken a more deliberate approach to it. Tell everybody what's going on there.
Well, thank you for the question, James.
Yeah.
So, I have had friends through the years tell me, Amy, you really should do a YouTube channel because you're so funny, which I am.
Yeah, right.
And, but I just I didn't do it for whatever reason. Well, then I just got the idea during the pandemic to do just silly how-to videos or tutorial videos, like how to put on a sock. Everybody knows how to put on socks. We know this. But I just thought it would be silly and funny, and I did it. And I told my friends that had been telling me, hey, you should do one, and posted it on Facebook, and people loved it, James. Yep. People just loved it. I think I just want to make you laugh. That's all.
Well, and you know what? And what's something you're doing right is you're not trying to be somebody else. Because on this format, people can sniff that out right away. They can click away so easy. So just be you.
Yeah.
Your people will find you. That if you're putting on, then nobody wants to hang around. So you're doing it right. Because I'm having known you. These videos, you're being yourself. You're not trying to put on. So that's what I like about it.
Well, thank you. And I've always loved your channel, and I love the ones with the kids.
Yeah.
As a mom, I guess, or as I don't know. the ones where what is it that you break open? That's my favorite one. And you see if it's a spoon in the middle.
Oh yeah, the persimmon seed. We predict what kind of winter we're gonna have. Yeah.
Is it accurate?
No. No. Yeah, I kind of got away from having the kids in the videos.
You do, James.
Yeah. But like you said in your last video, it's not about them. It's about me.
About me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if the kids through the start of the show, James, it's because you made them that way.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. Well, see, like I started out, I didn't really know what I was going to do with this channel. And I was a stay-at-home dad, and that's what I had to video. Is me and the kids were kind of stuck in the house when they were all little. You know, it really wasn't worth going very many places when they were that little. And but then I got to thinking, you know, sure, cute kids are, you know, people click for that. They stay around for that. But they're going to grow up. They're going to not want to be into it. It's not going to be their thing. Then what have I got? You know, it's not sustainable. So I started kind of changing the focus. A lot of families do it and do okay, and they're smart about it. But I just felt weird about it. So, and plus it wasn't sustainable because they're going to grow up and not be cute. So then where am I?
Let's focus on that sentence.
Yeah.
Children are not sustainable.
That's right. Yeah. They leave. They get ugly. Yeah.
No. Do your sons, do they stink?
Well, I can hear my 14-year-old in the other room. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Their room smells like maybe a moose lives there.
Musty. The butthole of a moose.
Yeah, right. It's like swampy, but like a musk, you know, like
it's
yeah.
Go
it's like a bath. It's like there's oil in the air, you know.
Yeah.
I'll admit, like with us just being home and not going anywhere, I've noticed I can smell myself at this point. You know, I don't think really though. I don't think I've worn deodorant since the lockdown. I mean, I've taken a few showers, but I'm not working hard.
I'm glad we don't have smell-o-vision, but just give me a second.
I've been kind of thinking about this whole situation, like we all just need to do what makes us feel good at the moment, like feel right, or normal.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, we don't have to sit out and write the great American novel unless it makes us feel good. I know we got a bunch of extra time, but like, if that is making you feel secure and good, then write it. But if not, binge watch, Tiger King. Yeah. Have you watched that yet? Tiger King? Yeah, right.
Okay. I saw a thing today on Facebook.
Yeah.
That said, if you come out of the pandemic and you haven't learned a new skill or gained a new knowledge, whatever the heck, then you're not lazy, you're just not self-disciplined. James, I'm going to tell you without shame.
I saw it too. And I'll send you my friends that she modified that. She flipped it around, and yeah, I'll show you. And I'll ask for permission to put it on this video. Right now, boom.
Boom. Boom. Okay.
The magic of television or whatever. Magic of the interwebs. Yeah. But I'll show you that. I'll show you that. She flipped it and she did it right. Maybe I'll look it up.
Good.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, the self-discipline, no, non-existent. Mm-hmm. And Tiger King, let me tell you what I've done with my time, James.
Pressure on ourselves right now. Yeah, right.
I watched it 3 times.
Well, you're an Arkansas girl. You're in Texas now, but those are our people adjacent. They're kind of.
They are.
We know those folks, right?
We know them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're they're crazy. I mean, like, I had to watch it 3 times because as an
I know.
English teacher, I'm used to analysis and,
Mhm.
you know,
Well,
finding the undercurrents and the symbolism, and
you're too
there's
busy. I
not
was
any
too busy,
Japanese in
like, gaping or
Yes,
laughing or trying to process to catch it all. So you're right. You need to watch it more than once. I'm trying to find that for you.
you I'm studying. Did you know that?
Yeah. Well, yeah. You messaged that earlier. So what are you doing?
I'm getting my doctorate in education.
Come on.
No, I
Wow.
promise.
Wow. Cool. Huh.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, like when we got our bachelors, our bachelors were not
Ah,
anything like what we're doing now. You know, that's where we met when we were working
no,
on our bachelors. And see here,
yeah.
this YouTube thing is nothing like elementary ed, maybe a little.
No,
And
well,
then, and what was your major? Was it Christian ministry?
ministries, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And now I teach English and ESL and whatever.
I know. Well,
Different paths, but it worked out.
see,
It's all good.
you know, and every season's different. So whatever's right for that one.
Yeah. I I'm enjoying the time with the kids, you
Yeah.
know, being around them more, the family time and everything. But not being able to see folks, not being able to go to, like, I don't know, Chili's, name a place. I don't
Oh,
know.
we were just tonight talking about like, okay, what if we go get a, you know, curbside or drive through?
Yeah.
We're like, we could do Chick-fil-A now, or we have to wait a few days because Sunday's not going to work, you know?
Yeah.
Like, surely Jesus chicken won't get us sick, you know?
Well, Chick-fil-A sauce is made from the tears of Jesus. You know that, right?
Yeah, we just dribble that on anything, really.
You can. That's
I
ordained. That
just,
is ordained stuff.
I've been craving that stuff. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Well, and how much has your grocery bill grown?
No, I know it. Yeah. Um,
I'm like,
I
I know
realize
we
how
don't eat
much
this.
I think I realize how much more, I eat out of boredom 50% of the time, I
Yeah,
think, you know?
same. Me
Yeah.
too.
But like
I
that
get
is,
it.
but that's all, kind of but the meal stuff is kind of a therapy almost because we're really deliberate. Like we don't
Yeah.
want to go to the store. So we're like, we fix out of what we have and what we think the kids will actually go along with as far as leftovers go, you know. Before we kind of knew where this is going to go, and we still really don't. I got to thinking, okay,
Yeah.
we've got dozen chickens, we got 2 sheep and a
Mhm.
goat, we got a house pig if worse comes to worse, you know. We got we got
Oh.
meat and we've got 3 or 4 wells here on the place if we can just figure out
Oh,
how to draw the water out because they're just like, you know, a hole like that. But we got water, we
send a
got meat,
canary down there
we can
first.
do this, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all are way more self-sufficient than us city folk,
Mm.
you
Well,
know?
well, the time of year it is, there's no garden to speak of yet. So, you know, and that's the thing. Like we've been working toward that whole homesteading thing, self-sufficiency thing.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it's
Yeah.
just fail after fail. But you know, we have made a few little gains. So we've got eggs now. Our chickens
Good.
our flock was young last year, so they didn't
Yeah.
produce yet, and they've just kicked in, and now we're like, let's eat eggs and everything,
Oh,
you know? Yeah.
now there's quiche for days.
Uh-huh. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Um, and yeah, the kids and I have talked about stuff like that. Like, if worst came to worst, which cat would we eat first?
Right. Yeah.
These are real conversations that you have at this time. You're afraid to go to the grocery store because you're afraid to be around people because this thing is
Yeah.
spreading so fast. But
Mhm.
then you have to have groceries, so then you get delivery, but then
Yeah.
you feel bad for that person that's
Mhm.
delivering your food. Then you have to wipe all the groceries
Uh,
down.
well, that's the thing about this that's so crazy. It's like it can last how long on cardboard, you know, and like stainless steel that we thought we could trust stainless steel. That stuff's clean, but no, it stays
We did.
forever. And two, the news media that, I mean, I get it because I mean, I produce a thing that I want people to see the title and click on it, you know, so I know where they're coming from, but it's always going to be a little sensationalized because they want you to hang around and watch their stuff and see their ads and get paid, you know.
You're Little Debbie famous, so you get it more than any of us.
I should have called in, you know, some more Little Debbie favors, but you know, I could have had a Nutty Buddy log cabin by now. You know, we'd be just
that
fine.
Makes it sound like, is Debbie in some way affiliated with the mob? Because like if you're calling in Little Debbie favors,
I don't feel comfortable talking about.
Do you remember Chris Mudd? And he was
Fancy
obsessed
cakes.
with those
Fancy cakes.
The fancy cakes.
Yep.
And he was skinny. How did he? Well, back in the day,
we all were small then. We just didn't know it. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, so you sent me a photo for me to meme, and I sent you one. Okay, so I'm going to pull it up on my phone, and I'll put it on the screen in post.
Okay.
And
the one that I did, you can pull it up as well.
I'm going to meme. I'm going to tell you the caption, the meme caption. I think the one with all the stuffed animals. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought the caption ought to be something like day 145 of the quarantine. You know, this is the only family that will speak to me at this point, you know. Something like that. You know.
That's a smart. I like that. Did you see mine?
No, did you send it? Let's see.
Yeah, I sent it with a little caption.
Okay, so you've got John at the lobster place. So we went on vacation we met up together for vacation last summer, and so we had to we passed through Maine. We had to have some lobster rolls, and so let's see. Oh, here's what you got. Okay, so you sent it. You said, when you see your lobster friend being successful and happy and finally killing the guy that killed his family, and you feel happy too.
And you see the guy in the back?
Yes, I know. That's what was so good about that one. That he was totally photobombed. The guy's really feeling great for him, you know.
He's just so happy that his lobster friend is finally living his best life.
You know? I saw something the other day like you can't make old friends or something like that, you know. It's just people like you know, like you and me. We've got that history, and we've kind of, even though we haven't been together very much in the last few decades now, I guess.
Honestly.
Yeah. We still can kind of follow each other's story, and the feelings are still the same, you know, but old friends are a special thing.
It is. And I mean, like the memories that we have, I mean, you held my firstborn child the day she was born, you know what I mean?
Right after dad and grandparents, I was the next person. Yep.
And I'll never forget that. And she turns 21 this month.
Yeah.
20 James.
Yeah.
21.
Well, that's like so my second graders, my first class I taught, they come up to me now, showing me their kids, you know.
Yeah.
Like, so I guess that makes me kind of the grandparent situation now. Yeah.
Grandpa James. Your grandpa.
Wow. Old people used to tell us, enjoy it. It goes by fast. And now I'm the old person, you know, telling people that.
And I know. And I'm like, and I tell Molly, we got a fantastic community college right here in Baytown.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, I remember my parents trying to talk me.
Go there.
I remember my parents trying to get me to go to the U of A, you know, just right here close.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's too close to home, and I'm not going to stay at home if I did go there. And I ended up going 4 hours from home, you know. And now I'm like, that's a pretty good option for my kids, That's
That's what I'm saying.
I
It's
know, I get it
heart-wrenching.
now.
But I'm gonna retire to Mexico.
Hello.
Yeah. I'm
Yep.
gonna own a bar on the beach. Okay.
Fun.
I'm gonna be good with the cartel. I mind my business. They mind their business. I just want to live out my retirement.
Yeah.
I got a plan. I've got a plan.
Just you do your thing, they'll do theirs.
So let me ask you about Jamie.
Yeah.
She's a nurse.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So how's she doing?
Feels like sending her off to battle,
I yeah, it would bother me, and I've been praying for her and for y'all.
Yeah, good.
Because I didn't know she was having to do the take her clothes off and put them in a garbage bag, and you hear about these nurses and doctors that do the whole sterilization procedure as soon as they get in the house.
Yeah, well, we are, even though we're in a better situation with her work than most, Yeah, she goes in her street clothes. Then they've got a changing room just as she gets in the door, and she puts the hospital scrubs on, and she has shoes that stay at the hospital,
Okay.
So she changes out of all that stuff before she leaves. Still hands, sanitizer on everything when she was walking out. Then she gets home. I open the doors for her. She leaves her shoes on the porch. She's only walked a few feet in the hospital from locker room to the door, but still. And she strips her down at the washing machine, straight to the shower. Before all this stuff, I never watched the news, but now I'm like tempted, at least sometimes, to see what's going on.
Yeah.
And like usually I take the kids to school and I have a kind of a leisurely breakfast and feed all the animals and do that, and then go to work until like 2 when I have to have my nap. But now I'm like hanging around watching the morning shows, just kind of seeing happy people and that whole thing,
Yes, that's why I'm making my videos, because we're happy.
Right.
Yeah. And not that it's I'm not gonna change the world. I'm not gonna end coronavirus, but if you can laugh for a couple of seconds, then good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Whatever gets you through. And, there's no wrong answer. I asked you to come up with a list of 6 jobs, and one would be a lie. So let me look at yours here. I'm down to 2% on my phone. Let's get with it.
Right.
Let's see. And I sent you 6. Huh?
Get the kids to bring your charger. That's why we have kids.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this has been a classroom in here in my office lately, so I may have a chart. My daughter always steals mine because she's got an Apple also. But anyway. Okay, so
fancy with your Apple.
You know how I do. Some things never change.
I know how you do. I do know your brand. I do. I have yours, and you want to go first or me?
Yeah, I'm ready to do you. So, okay, we got number 1. Oh, wait, no, this is mine. I'm looking at mine. Here's yours. Number 1, technical processor at a library. Okay, I could see that. Number 2, PR for a CrossFit gym. You're a people-y person, so I like that. I could see that happening. Craigslist ad poster. So like you've sold stuff on Craigslist, I guess, or you are on their poster to advertise Craigslist. You could have been. I'm
gonna see what your assessment is, and then we'll discuss it.
Okay. Number 4, dog groomer. You're also an animal person with your 4 cats and 1 dog, right? 5 cats. 5 cats. Sorry. You got a Lewis, but no Clark. Is that right?
Clark ran away.
Okay. Our 2 sheep. Our sheep are Lewis and Clark.
No. Yeah. Are you serious?
Yeah. I was kind of. I let the kids pick famous duos. I was really proud of the suggestion. Kirk and Picard. Very
Eliza
proud.
Brewer, did you hear that? That's amazing.
Let's
Yes.
see. Daycare teacher, totally, and a pet sitter. And I know you do pet sitting, so I know that one's true. But I'm gonna guess that the fake one. Well, I thought I knew. Maybe once upon a time you did a Craigslist post. I think you'd probably do Facebook Marketplace now. Maybe the dog groomer, because that seems too obvious.
So yes, I've never been a dog groomer. Never.
Okay, all right.
Never.
But I mean, I could see you doing it, but
oh no, yeah. I would not be able to cut a dog's hair. I've tried to cut my dog's hair, and it was bad. It was real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the Craigslist poster. So I worked for this. It was like a one guy, and he sold antique cars, and he would outsource the posting. So he would send me like all the inventory.
Yeah.
Like he would email me what the inventory was, and then I had to post every single car.
Okay.
And I had to post them every single day.
Cool.
It was legit. It was legit.
Maybe I need somebody to do that, because I've got things I used to have on Etsy, but it's like, I don't know. I just feel so burdened by having to pack it and mail it. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't need that in your life, James. You need to.
I've got all kinds of stuff I could sell online, but it's like, it just feels like such a job. I don't know.
Well, I'm waiting on my T-shirt that says
you know what? I literally found them yesterday. I just found them yesterday. Yeah.
I need that one. That's the one I need.
Cool.
All right, I'm gonna do your jobs here, James. Okay. Camp staff. Yes, I'm gonna say you did that.
Okay.
Second grade teacher, you just said you did. You
gave it
just
away.
Said it in this discussion. You did. You need to think, old man. Okay. Community theater director, I don't know. I'm thinking. Judge at a squirrel cook-off, James, that is your kind of thing. If you haven't done it, I want you to. Manager at a skating rink, I think yes. I think you did that. And then fishing lure manufacturing, that's bizarre. That's bizarre. That's weird. But I think it was community theater director.
You're right. See, we know each other pretty well, don't we? Yeah, that was the lie. Yeah.
So can you unpack this squirrel cook-off business?
One of the best gigs I've had for this whole YouTube thing.
Yeah.
So, I make a video or two for Only in Arkansas every month. And so I just get to kind of look around at the community calendar for the state, and like just whatever businesses I think are cool. And I just like get to do whatever I want, basically. I say, hey,
that's amazing.
Hey, I think what you're doing is cool. Could you open the curtain and let me see, let me join you? So that's what I did with the World Championship Squirrel Cook-Off. I said, hey, I would like to make a video for Only in Arkansas. It would be really cool if I could be a judge. And they let me do it all. Yeah.
Now,
so there's a video. You're going to have to look it up.
Okay, I'll look it up.
I know you watched our Arkansas PBS station growing up. Do you remember that? They weren't a couple, but there's a guy and a lady that did that cooking show where they would like do recipes from wild game and stuff. You remember them?
Yeah. Yes.
Phyllis Pillpot. Phyllis, anyway, was her name. She was also a judge. I got to meet Phyllis. I grew up watching her, and I got a selfie with her. And it's like one of the highlights of everything.
Even though you did not get
my state PBS celebrity.
I love Arkansas. I'm Arkansas. and Arkansas is not like any place in the world. I really
Yeah.
don't think so.
Right.
You know, I really
think,
don't.
Yeah, I think it's kind of the best kept secret out, in a way.
Yeah.
We've got it all, but a lot of people kind
Yeah.
of overlook it, so they think of it as a flyover state, which is just fine. They can keep flying, let's keep it small.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And then the people that I know that are from Texas or from other places, and they'll say, "You're from Arkansas? I spent time in Hot Springs, or I spent time in Eureka Springs. Oh, that's so beautiful. I
Yeah.
never knew." Well,
Yeah.
now you do.
For our conference we have up here in Northwest Arkansas for the influencers, around the region. We'll even have people from Little Rock come up to Northwest Arkansas and say, "Oh, you guys have got a lot going on up here." I'm like, "Yeah, it's not just Little Rock, the school stuff,
Yeah.
But you're a school teacher, maybe you don't care so much. I mean, I used to be, but
No, I care. No, I care.
I think,
Trust me. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think they would rather be at school. I would rather them be at school. That sort of deal. I mean, I'm enjoying I enjoy the time with them and all that stuff. But there was somebody on my Facebook the other day. This is a homeschool mom, and she's like, something about, I bet some of y'all are rethinking your stuff and want to homeschool now, don't you? And everybody in the comments is like, "No, our kids are not into it. I'm not into it." That whole situation.
And it's somebody else put, and I'm sure you've seen it, this is not a homeschool situation. This is, we cannot leave our homes.
Yeah.
It's completely different. It's a crisis situation. Mm-hmm. And the kids, like, let's be honest, James, you and I, best parents ever.
Yeah, we are. That saying. Yeah.
Let's just say it, but we are going to say it. So you make sure your kids do their work. I make sure my kids do their work. We're supportive. We like being around our kids, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And literally no judgment to anyone. But I have kids that haven't even logged in, students that haven't even logged in to do their work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what are we going to do with them, after they don't, if we may not go to school at all for the rest of the school year, I don't know.
I know. And I personally am like, is that kid okay?
Yeah.
Are they, what's going on over there? And I have no way. Well, I call and some parents answer and some don't. Mm-hmm. So I don't have any way of knowing if those kids are okay or if they have the equipment they need.
Right.
Yeah. Are they just being lazy? Some of them are just being lazy. Some of them are. But there's other ones that I genuinely worry about.
Right.
And I know I'm not the only teacher out there that's thinking, "Oh my gosh, what is happening with my child?" So I miss those kids.
Well, yeah, our school is really good to reach out, and like the older kids, that are in middle school, their advisory teacher, I guess, or something, called for both of them and just checked. Do y'all need help with lunches? Do y'all have the electronics you need to do online school and stuff? And then our twins teachers did the same. So that was really good. But yeah, if these kids are, if they end up not having any work to show for this time, are they gonna have to repeat the school year? Oh, that's no good.
And I really don't think they would penalize anybody because there are so many unknowns, and we can only, I'm reaching out to parents. I call parents every single day. Like I said, some answer and some don't.
I know when I was a teacher that, those students, they really are your children. You love them and you see them every day. Absolutely. And this situation would be scary, I bet, from the teacher side too. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And I've talked to other teachers and we all kind of feel that way. So I'm just ready for normal life, James. I'm just like
ready to drive through that Chick-fil-A another time, right?
Or go in. I want to go in. I want to slide down the slide.
They got those good ketchups. I want to go in and grab me a handful.
Open and dip.
Do they
Oh
have
my
a copyright on that? Because no other place has that. Everybody else has got those little packets. This, you can open it for a dipper or you can squirt. That's genius.
Yeah, listen. It's ordained of the Lord is why they have it.
You know, my parents, I was the only child, so they didn't have anybody to compare.
Yeah.
They must have thought I was really dumb because they didn't have any other examples to measure against. Like, yeah, because I can look around and say, okay, that one and that one, they're all dumb. So it's just being a kid.
Yeah. I used to tell my daddy that probably one of my kids was going to end up in jail. And he would get so upset because you remember my dad, he was so soft-hearted.
Yeah.
And he was like, he said, Amy, don't say that. I said, Daddy, I think 1 out of 3 is not bad. Those are good odds. If only one goes to jail, I feel like I've been a success. You saw I made bread.
Yeah. Now, I've made bread in the past just for fun, but now I feel like we need to. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And I know I had yeast in the fridge, like the little packs.
Okay.
I can't find it anywhere. And now it's not at the stores or anything, you know?
No. I happen to have 3 packs.
Yeah.
No, 6 packs of yeast. One of them I completely just wasted because I didn't know what I was doing.
Oh, yeah.
Because James, I don't make bread. Come on. I'm not Holly Homemaker. People know me.
You gotta crack a few eggs to make a whatever.
A terrible loaf of bread.
Yeah.
Yes.
We were raised to at least make eye contact, to smile if you're crossing paths with somebody, you know. And I've seen a lot less of that, even in our little town. It's like, it's not that hard. Just look up at me and acknowledge that I exist, you know.
Or James, when I'm at Kroger's and I look up and I say, well, how's your quarantining going?
Yeah.
Say a little something to me. You know, not just like, people are scared.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
I don't want to live this way.
Yeah, well, and too, when I'm in an enclosed place, like I'm at Walmart or the grocery store, I think I find myself holding my breath and not realizing it sometimes. I'm like, it just feels the atmosphere feels heavy, you know?
That's it right there. And I'm trying to be like, girl, I can't believe the 85-cent bread is already gone.
Oh, I didn't think.
Say it.
I didn't think a food staple was going to be like the whole area in the freezer for the pizza. All the Totinos are gone. That's going too far. That's going too far.
Too far.
It's getting serious. When the Totinos are gone, it's serious.
Any family in Arkansas that did not have a deep freeze, you can't name one because we all did.
You're right.
And it was full.
And mine's literally on my porch. But that's country. Yeah.
Ours is in the laundry room by the washing machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was raised right, just like you. But what monkey? Greg had one. One of Aaron's friends had a deep freeze. Well, he was raised right.
So while I think we're still recording, go ahead and tell people how to find your channel, what they need to search for, and how to find you.
It's just called Tutorials with Amy. I'm just keeping it simple because I'm Amy and I do tutorials. So there you go. Tutorials with Amy on YouTube.
What they're getting into. Unlike Bus Vlogger, when they're like, bus, like a school bus, or they don't know what a vlogger is and they say bus vlogger. I'm like, no, like a blogger, but a video blogger. So it's got a V at the beginning. A Volkswagen bus video blogger. So but you're doing it right. You call it something that they know exactly what they're getting into at the start. Nobody told me that 10 years ago. It was the Wild West back then.
You blazed the trail for all of us, James, is what you did. Wow. Honestly, we owe you nothing but gratitude and respect and love and probably some money and Little Debbie's.
I guess you could call me a pioneer. Yeah.
Well, and you're famous. You're like, you know, Nacho Libre, when we said Ramses. Remember that movie, Nacho Libre?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. It's one of my favorites.
And oh, we watched it the other night, and he goes, and they get the fancy ladies and the free creams and lotions. That's you, James. That's you.
Somebody on TV the other day was making that street corn, you know?
Oh, yeah.
The kids were watching something. They were making street corn, and I walked by and I go, "Get that corn out of my face!"
Thanks for the plug for my channel. I appreciate it.
Well, I love shows where people that have been friends a long time, you get to see how they interact, and even if you're not a part of that relationship, it's fun to see people, you know, that have a history get together and, you know, experience that along with them, get to be a fly on the wall. So I want to do this sort of thing for a long time anyway, but I'm like, hey, pandemic, everybody's at home. What better time? Yeah.
We're all captive. And you're so dear to my heart, and like we just always pick up right where we left off. It's you know,
and
good friendship.
Yeah, you got to appreciate that when you got that in somebody, and I do. Anyway, okay, well, thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, thanks for calling me. Love you, James.
Yeah, love
Tell
you.
your family and Jamie. Yeah, love you, Jamie. Love you, kids. Y'all be safe.
Well, thanks again, Amy, for joining me there. Y'all go check out Amy's channel, Tutorials with Amy. I thought that would just be fun to get a couple of old friends together and y'all could just veg and be a fly on the wall. I love those kind of shows, but anyway. So during this time when we're kind of in a weird place, check on your people. Life's what you make it. Let's get our hands dirty.